Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup Ringside, part of the Cup Network, where we give you the best seat in the house on mostly things wrestling, mostly WWE, pretty much. But you know how we do. I am your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her, I'm not drinking anything. Don't have anything to drink, but that's okay because I always have by just in case I get thirsty. My cup mug, panel full of cup mug, panel full of cup mugs. Uh huh. The ringside edition, and you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. It's streaming down there, and we do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. I mean, unless your country is under fire, your country is on fire, or your country is underwater. And if those are the cases, we here at the Cup send you all of our prayers and thoughts and love, and hope that everyone is safe and be okay. And we're with you here. But after
Exactly.
everything's settled and you're back to normal and getting everything back on track, you know what you can celebrate with? A
A
cup
cup mug.
mug. Period.
Exactly. And hi, everybody. It's Brooke, your resident queen of the Cup Ringside. And again, if you're tired of that, maybe you should come on the podcast and try to make better predictions than me in May. Beside the point, I am also drinking nothing, although I do have my handy dandy cup mug.
Mhm.
And I just want to get into it because this was a rather turbulent week in the history of pro wrestling in terms of like up and down, up and down, up and down. The Vince McMahon documentary came out,
Mhm.
that happened. But uh, you know, it's been a weird week. Importantly, though, this is going to be a little bit different than our normal episodes of the Ringside Wrap Up, because normally we talk about some news, we go in depth on Raw and SmackDown, but it's a pay-per-view week, y'all. And you know what that means? It means we got to do some predictions, which means we're going to
Absolutely.
spend most of this episode talking about those predictions, and a little bit of a smidgen talking about the Raw and SmackDown storylines that aren't on the Bad Blood card this week.
Absolutely. So before we jump into it, what we need you to do is subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. All of the links will be in the description below. And you can subscribe to this channel, all of the three other channels that we have. We would greatly appreciate it. Our audio podcast link is down there as well if you need to check us out on the go. And our Patreon link is down there as well. So if you want to jump in and get early access and exclusive content, that is where you need to be. So check out all of those links down in the description below. And we're going to get into it because we got a lot to talk about and not a lot of time to do so. So we're going to get into it. SmackDown, overall, it was okay show today, this week for me. I thought it worked for some things. Some things I was like, okay. We get a lot of a lot of pre-bad blood type of content on SmackDown because that's what we're getting ready for. And I just want to get to the first thing, Bailey Naomi match. That match to me, because I'm just gonna get y'all highlights. That match to me was a really good match. I liked the match. I liked how we had the tension between Bailey and Naomi because they are friends, and Bailey didn't want to go for it all the way, but Naomi was like, "Look, let's do it. We doing this, and we got to fight for it." And so then Bailey finally let go. They went back and forth. It was a good tussle between the two of them. Bailey comes out on top. I don't personally think Bailey needed it, but whatever. Um, it is what it is, but I think it's setting up Naomi for a good heel turn, which I personally am not mad at. I would love to see it. So I wasn't that mad at it, but I was kind of mad at it. Uh,
Didn't care for the ending, I'll tell you
no,
that.
no.
Now I will say, if Bailey's going to start using her elbow drop as her finisher again,
Hmm.
that's good. That's great. You got to do one as good as Kyrie Sane, but I mean, hey, you know,
Right,
it's better
right.
than the roast plant. But dear Lord, I think the wrong woman won here. I was expecting that trope of like a double count out or like
Mm-hmm.
Nia Jax interfering and beating the crap out of both of them, and then uh,
Be a triple
Nick
threat.
Aldis would come out and be like, it's a triple threat at Bad
Right.
Blood, and then that didn't happen,
It
and I
didn't
was
happen.
very confused. But sure, Jan. Um,
Right. Whatever. Um, what I really enjoyed and what I really want to talk about is the Carmelo Hayes Andrade of it all. Because this is the one feud that I am not tired of yet. I really,
Mood.
I really enjoy their matches every time they're together. Um, I think Carmelo winning the way he did, I was like, yeah, love, because I want some type of animosity and some kind of oof. And I need LA Knight to get involved in it somehow. A triple threat match happens because for that US title, I just need it to happen.
Give me Carmelo as the U.S. champ, please. Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
nothing against LA Knight, nothing against Andrade, but you're telling me that we couldn't get a new rising star, Carmelo Hayes, as the U.S. champ, turn it into the workhorse belt. Him and Andrade can feud for the next year and a half. I don't care. And then LA Knight can move into the main event scene where he's supposed to be. I'm sold.
I mean, we can have the belts go back and forth between Andrade and Carmelo. I wouldn't be mad at that either. Whatever.
Not even a little bit.
But whatever. I thought it was a really good match. I just enjoyed every second of it. I want
Yeah,
more. Thank you.
fair. Is it,
um, Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, what else are we talking about on SmackDown?
Meech and Piper Niven. It was all right match.
Give them more
Like,
time, please, WWE. Thank you.
absolutely. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu. They beat them. The Fatu and Sikoa wins, but I don't, I don't, I don't really care.
I
To be
don't.
honest,
I don't. Also, don't care. People are saying Kevin's turning heel at Bad Blood. I freaking hope not. I think
I think
please.
so.
I don't. He should have turned heel last month.
That's what I said. I was like, he should have turned heel when he faced Cody. Like, ugh,
that was the time.
that was the time.
Yeah. But yeah. SmackDown.
That was
What was
pretty
it?
much it, Ani.
Pretty
That
much
was pretty
it.
much it. It was a right show. It was a decent show.
Mhm.
It was a decent show.
Well, we do know this Friday we're getting a triple threat ladder match for the tag
Mm-hmm.
titles. Which, oh my God, the tag titles are getting defended. That's awesome. But sorry, I'm feeling sarcastic today.
It's
Um,
okay.
but
It's okay.
yeah, please let anybody but the Tongans win that match, please. I don't care if it's
Please.
DIY. I don't care if it's the Street Profits. Just anybody but Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, please. Um,
Let's jump into Raw because I really feel like you have a few things you want to say about Raw.
yeah. So we open with the Braun Breaker face turn segment. That's what this was. Jey Uso with the newly redesigned Intercontinental Championship has some blue in it now. I like it more. I still think this belt was clean as hell before, but I think with the blue it adds a little bit more dimension to it. I'm here for this. Um, but Braun Breaker comes out and he shakes Jay's hand, and I was kind of okay with this. I don't know where they're gonna take Braun Breaker from here, but I'm intrigued, so I'll give him that. Um, we're going to talk about the whole New Day stuff. Rey Mysterio and Xavier Woods had a really good match. And by really good, I mean it's Rey Mysterio and Xavier Woods. You know it's going to be good content. Um, Woods gets caught almost like an inverted DDT position. And he's like trying to pull up and try to grab Rey behind the neck, and he accidentally pulls Rey's mask off. And then Rey's like trying to cover his face, and then Woods is like, well, might as well just go ahead and get a roll up real quick. So Xavier Woods with a relatively clean win on Rey Mysterio. Um, I'm sad. I am beyond sad. Next week he's fighting Jey Uso for the
Mm-hmm.
Intercontinental Championship. Let him win that match, please. I'm sorry,
He's not winning.
he's not, but I want him to. um,
He's not winning.
I
They're not
just
taking
okay.
that bet off Jay right now.
Jey Uso doesn't need the Intercontinental title. He has now won a singles belt. He can move forward
You
into the main
stop
event
it.
scene.
Don't do
He
that.
can. He can
Don't.
fight
D-
Gunther.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't get that man the belt 1 week and then say he don't need it no more. Don't do that to y'all.
I
Don't do
didn't
that
say
to
he
your boy.
didn't need it anymore. I'm just saying he has at least won a singles title.
No, no.
Xavier
Xavier,
Woods needs it more.
sorry.
I'm
I'm
sorry, but beside
sorry,
the point.
Xavier. It's
Beside the
not
point.
happening. It's not happening, Xavier.
Uh, Lyra Valkyrie and Zoe Stark had a match. It was fine. Pretty okay actually. They're both really good in the ring, so I'm not too surprised by that. Um, we then get the return of Caden Carter and Katana Chance. The crowd did not care, but we got to see the keg stand. Always a good thing to see that. Um, we had yet another promo between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. It happened. It was good. You all know that. You've been listening to them for weeks now, months now. So then our Truth returns. We get him and the Miz versus AOP. Miz has turned on our Truth thanks to
AOP.
Karrion Kross.
AOP.
Not AOP. Um, I'm sad. I liked Awesome Truth, but at least they won the tag belts for a little bit. I'm happy
Yes.
about that for them. Um, you get LWO versus the Judgment Day. Please, dear God, let it end. Um, Judgment Day win. Please let this be the end of this mess. I am so sick of it. Um, we'll talk about the rest of the Judgment Day Terror Twins storyline later. Kofi Kingston versus Chad Gable. Again, you could let both of these men wrestle a mop, and it would still probably be a top 3 match on any card it's on. So incredible match here between Kofi and Chad for TV. Kofi's pretty much got this one wrapped up. He's about to hit a rebounding Chad with a Trouble in Paradise. Xavier trips Chad up. Kofi wasn't expecting this. Kofi does the Trouble in Paradise, but he completely misses, whiffs it. Chad grabs him, hits him with the Chaos Theory. Chad Gable with a clean win on Kofi Kingston. I'm okay with this, and I'm really interested to see where this New Day stuff goes because, dear Lord, they have me invested. It's kind of hard for me not to be invested in the New Day, but um,
They're breaking them up. It's
I don't
just
want to.
driving me slow.
Maybe
I
they're
don't
gonna get
know.
reunited by Big E and put back on the same page. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe they'll let Xavier Woods have a really good feud with Kofi and then shove him into the main event scene where he belongs. I don't know. Um, but beside the point. Sami Zayn and Gunther yet again having this thing. Gunther is still ducking him until Sammy goes, "What about your dad, though?" And so Gunther finally agrees to have a match with Sammy. Uh, yeah, cool. We knew this would happen at some point. Awesome, lit. We got more Wyatt Six stuff. Cool. But at the very end of that, I saw that Alexa Bliss. I know, I know Alexa Bliss when I see her. That was Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot wait for my girl to come back. It has been far
Way
too
too
long since
long.
she's been
Way
on my
too long.
screen. God, it's been like a year and a half. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then match of the week for me so far, probably match of the month, match of the year
Mm-mm.
contender for me. We get Last Monster Standing, Bronson Reed
Mm.
versus Braun Strowman. Oh my God, how do you make a Last Man Standing match entertaining? Take notes. Take
Mm-hmm.
notes. Uh, I'm not even gonna go spot by spot. Just watch the match. It was great. Braun Strowman wins at the end due to a returning Seth Rollins hitting Bronson Reed with a curb stomp on the steel steps. Okay,
After an
minor
imploding ring.
nitpick.
Oh.
Minor nitpick. The ref should have restarted the count, but beside the point. I was really happy with this match. I thought it was incredible. I don't mind Braun winning because very clearly we're going into Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins now, and
Mm-hmm.
that keeps Seth Rollins out of the world title picture. So I'm thrilled. So yeah, on the whole, great episode of Raw, great main event. I'm more jazzed about Bad Blood than I was before this episode. So good
Wow.
job, Raw.
Not mad at it. I love a good exploding ring, so I was here for it.
Oh yeah, they did the exploding ring spot. How did I not mention that?
Love a good exploding ring. So
Yeah. My friend Trent was over here last night and we didn't watch live, I watched later. But when the I was on Twitter, I was like, they did the exploding ring spot. We showed it to each other. We both went, yay! And then my roommate Luke was like, what are you talking about? Like I was like, Luke, they only do this like once every like 5 or 6 years. We
yep.
love seeing it every time it happens.
Every time it happens. And when you get two big men in the ring at one time, I'm like, is the ring gonna explode?
Mhm.
Let the ring
I
explode. But
remember they did it with Brock Lesnar and Big Show first.
mm-hmm.
And then they took forever to do it again. And I think it was Big Show and Mark Henry that did it second.
Mm-hmm.
And then they
Mm-hmm.
started doing it like once every other decade, every half a decade. But you know, I'm happy it happened. Yay.
Me too. It was
So
good.
Bad Blood.
Yeah, bad blood is happening. It's a thing, and we're going to talk about it. Um, we have our. It's not in order. I don't know the order, but this is what it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Nia
let's
Jax.
talk about. Let's get into it. Nia Jax, Bailey. What we thinking?
I think this should be Nia Jax, Bailey, and Naomi, but
Absolutely.
I'm not mad at this. I think it gives Bailey a little bit more shine. She was off TV long enough that I think this is a believable match for her to have. Um, Nia needs to have some feuds until Tiffany inevitably cashes in that briefcase. So, yeah, Nia retains here, borderline certain of that. Now, the second question I have after you answer your stuff is, do you think Tiffany's going to cash in? We'll talk about it.
I think Nia wins. I think Tiffany cashes in for sure. I think or does she? No, I kind of think she does. I'm gonna say she does.
Mhm.
Because it's the WWE is itching for that woman to get rid of a briefcase, a woman to get rid of the briefcase
Mhm.
because we don't hold the briefcase for that long as a
Mhm.
woman. But mm,
Unless you're Carmella.
unless you're Carmella, uh,
But as we can very clearly see,
mm,
Tiffany Stratton, not Carmella.
no, I think that Nia wins. I don't know. You know what? I think we have an attempted cash in, but we don't.
Hmm. I agree. Now, there is also the possibility that Nia's about to win and like Bailey like sneaks out and win with like a roll up or something, and then Tiffany cashes in. I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think
Hmm.
Tiffany's gonna cash in on Nia. One of them's gonna turn face. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't think it's time yet. But here's my problem. I need to get to a point where we have a match at WrestleMania between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Championship, and that cannot
Mm.
happen with this feud still going on. So it needs to wrap up around like Elimination Chamber. So tighten your stuff up, WWE. But yeah, so we're both picking Nia here.
Yeah, I think we both got an eye on this one.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
That could be the tiebreaker. You say there's going to be a cash in. I'm going to say there's not a cash in. If we tie, whoever
I
wins
say attempted
wins.
cash in.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, a cash in of some sort. I think Tiffany's probably going to come out. I don't know if she's going to cash in or not, but we'll see.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
All right. Up next, we have Damian Priest, Finn Balor.
Yawn.
Um, I think Finn Balor wins this match with the help of the Judgment Day. Um, I think Damian's going to be very dominant for a lot of this match, but there's no Hell in a Cell. There's no any reason to keep them from coming out. And so I think they will.
I'm going to actually counter that one. I think Damien's going to win here. Only reason I think Damien's going to win is very simple, okay? You
Mm-hmm.
cannot have Damien and Rhea both lose and
Mm-hmm.
Rhea's losing.
I, mm,
So because of that,
that's where
I
I
think Damien
differ.
has to win here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but what I think is going to happen, I think Damien's going to eke out a win, maybe with like a roll up, maybe like something nothing very dominant. And then I think Finn and the rest of Judgment Day are going to beat the crap out of him, and that's going to lead us into Survivor Series. I don't think they're going to have the War Games. I think Women's War Games is going to be on Raw this year. So
Mm-hmm.
but I think Damien's winning this.
And that's where we differ because CM Punk, Drew McIntyre.
Heck in a sec.
Uh-huh. I mm, I'm not sure about this match. I think CM Punk's gonna win it. Me
If
personally.
CM Punk does not win this match, I will eat this rock. And you know the reference if you're a Survivor fan.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
granted, Francesca should have ended up eating that rock, but
Yeah.
I think Punk just needs this win more than Drew. It's Drew McIntyre. He can fight anybody at any time, and I'll believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Punk has the ability to be that guy, but he needs to get some big wins on the board. He's 1-1 since coming back to the company, not to mention the Royal Rumble. So like, let Punk win this match. Let it be the main event. Please, dear God, let it be the main event. Um, and then we can move past it. I think that's the right call. But I think it's time to end this feud. I am so
Yeah.
bored. I am beyond bored, and Punk needs this win badly.
Yeah. I think Punk wins. I think Drew. I don't know. It just has to happen that way. I don't have a reason. I just think it has to happen that way. So there we go. Here, live. Women's champion is Rhea Ripley. this is where we differ because you
L-
said Damien has
mhm.
to win because Damien and Rhea can't lose, and I don't think Rhea's losing.
Liv Morgan is winning this match, and I would be shocked if she didn't. Uh, that we had some stuff on Raw where Finn said, "Yep, they're gonna be here." If that is not about Raquel Rodriguez, I don't know who else it could be about. Um, like to me, these two were very clearly going to take a break from each other in the next little bit, and I think what's going to
Mm-hmm.
end up happening is I think Liv's going to win this match, and also Dom is in a shark cage, and what have we
Mm-hmm.
learned over the years with the shark cage? Whoever's in the shark cage, their side wins. Okay, usually there's like shenanigans or chicanery where like Dom would like drop a pair of brass knuckles from the shark cage or whatever. For all we know, the shark cage could keep Dom contained. But I think what's going to end up happening is Raquel's going to return. She's going to join the Judgment Day, or she's going to just be still working with Liv because she doesn't like Rhea. And then, heel Raquel with the Judgment Day. Liv retains. And then Rhea and Liv start building their teams for War Games. That's what I want. And I think it makes the most sense. I don't know where Liv goes if Rhea wins this match is my problem. I don't see a way like where Liv would go right off the bat. Whereas, and also who's going to step up to Rhea and be a believable challenger, I couldn't tell you. So I think it kind of has to be a Liv retain here.
Mm, I don't know. I just, I think you know. I think Liv does win this one. I think Liv does win this one because I think Rhea has to get a little like this would be her second chance of getting it back and loses.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she has to go get a little down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is where the Jay Usos Rhea Ripley storyline will pick up a little something.
Yeah.
I think he'll be that motivation. Like, look,
And
I was there. I went through several losses and trying to get a singles championship. Yeah, I think Liv
and
wins.
notice how he doesn't need to still have the Intercontinental Championship to make that storyline work.
No, he does, and he does, and he
Okay,
will stop playing.
I like him having that belt. Do not get me wrong. Okay. I just think we're at a point now where whoever has the IC title should be someone getting elevated by it because
Could he
that's what he
have it
did to
for more than a
Gunther.
week? Could he have it for
Sure.
more than a week? I feel like,
Sure.
I mean, because
Absolutely. He's
he
already had it for more than a week.
people already trying to take the belt off, already trying to take the belt off of him. Like, oh, he should lose to so and so in the next. Like, give him time. I want him to have this belt for a minute, and I don't want it to be gone just instantly. Like, give him
Sure.
some time, and then
Valid.
let him build up some stories to elevate him into the main events.
My thing is, I feel like he already is a main eventer now. And maybe that's just me. I don't know. But like, I don't
The
honestly,
business.
whoever wins that match next week, I'll be happy. I'm excited either way. I just want Xavier Woods to win because I love Xavier Woods with every fiber of my being. So I can't not root for him. It's kind of like you rooting against the bloodline. Okay. You're a bloodline girly. I'm an Xavier Woods New Day girly. Okay.
I
It's just
love
how it is.
Xavier Woods in New Day. I love him. I would love to see him win the belt. I would love to see him win the belt off of Jay. Not this week, like
We'll
right
see.
away. And let's think
Hmm.
about this from a business aspect. Jay Uso is making the WWE a lot of money right now. His
Sure.
stuff is selling out constantly. You snatch that belt away from him in a week's time, it would be just like deflating. It's so deflating.
Hmm.
And so it ain't time yet. You need to milk
I
it for a little bit longer.
I fully understand where you are coming from. I just happen to disagree. Um, but yeah, back on the subject of the match here, Liv is winning. I don't think there's a world where Rhea wins unless WWE really does not give a damn about Judgment Day.
And finally, the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns versus Solo and Jacob Fatu match.
Yawn.
If I don't get Jimmy back on my screen in like now, I think Solo and Jacob is winning because there's no way Roman and Cody are gonna be able to work together for real,
Correct.
for real. Um,
I
I,
also think that Solo is going to end up pinning Roman
yeah,
because, war games. But
right.
but I mean, you can't tell me that SmackDown War Games is not going to be this year, and it's not going to be like Roman. It's going to be like OG Bloodline versus New Bloodline,
Right.
and that's going to be dope.
It's gonna be dope.
But
It's gonna be dope. But yeah, this
get Cody away from this feud.
he needs to get away from it far, 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 far away. But
But yeah,
that's
so same pitch here, Solo and Jacob winning.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's no world that I think that won't happen.
Mhm.
But that is that, y'all. We did it in less than 30 minutes. I'm shocked.
We were speed
Or a little bit
racering
over 30 minutes.
today.
Yeah, we did that. I'm very
Mhm.
shocked that we did that. But we did it. We're done.
Derek, FaceTime video.
Sometimes y'all, you just come into recording and you forget to put on Do Not Disturb, and that's okay. Um, but yeah, let us know in the comments down below who you think is going to walk out of Bad Blood as winners, who you think's walking out of Bad Blood as losers. Uh, what'd you think about Raw? What'd you think about SmackDown? Is there anything you wanted to talk about this week? What about Val Venus being stupid on Twitter? I don't know. I didn't look this week.
We
We
didn't
didn't
look
have
for
time.
him. We don't really care about that. But just when you think of a podcast is going to go end well, but it's fine. Yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll be back Sunday actually to see if our predictions are right for the recap of Bad Blood. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'll be at Bad Blood. I'm still working on it. But if not, but we'll be back here Sunday to talk about the recap and how the show went. And then, of course, on Tuesday, we'll be right back to our regularly scheduled programming, a weekly wrestling wrap up. And we appreciate you all sticking around, joining us for a second, and getting it in with us. We'll be back next week. Hit the subscribe button on your way out. Follow all of our other podcast links and our audio podcast links as well. And we gonna get out of here because
Mm-hmm.
some people got other things to do, and it's not me for once.
It's
So
actually not her for once.
cheers,
Cheers,
cheers, y'all.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.